RPA is not a hammer which can just put all the nails in.
Oh yeah, like the number of times you hear somebody, we built an automation team and I've got this hammer and everything's a frickin' nail. Oh my goodness, it's painful. Thanks so much for joining today on the Never Ending Climb for a stronger supply chain and procurement for SAP. We've got Nidhideep or Deep Bhandari. He is a technical wizard and he used to work at SAP, built things for SAP, consulted for SAP, and has been with our team for the last 8-9 years. Deep, thanks so much for joining us today.
Thanks, Sean.
Today, I want you to share the tricky parts, the parts that don't go into the marketing brochure for automation. We've all heard of RPA, we've heard automation, and how fast and how easy and how seamless and how utopian it is. Just read the marketing brochure, and of course that's what it says. But there's really three key things that we keep seeing. They're not in the marketing brochure, but people run into them all the time. How can we help people see these before they smack run into them and help folks understand what those are?
Right. Yeah. Like first of all, RPA is not a hammer which can just put all the nails in.
Oh yeah, like the number of times you hear somebody, we built an automation team and I've got this hammer and everything's a frickin' nail. Oh my goodness, it's painful, but your heart goes out to them because of course they were sold that. Yeah.
Like, definitely RPA bots or automation can but it can basically give you those automations and it can give you and you can generate the value for the business. That's for sure. Like I'm not concerning that, but is it the right tool? First of all,
Yeah.
is our business using the right tool for the organization or for any of the business processes? So I believe that marketing brochure has a great way to communicate what features and what roadmap the product has, but we have to be very careful in terms of using the right tool. I've seen some of the customers, they have been using tools to integrate with their ERP system, maybe in case S4HANA system, and the bot is not doing nothing but doing a screen scraping of the data from an Excel and putting it on some of the UI that is available as part of their ERP system. Can you imagine like the session times out? Have they seen that? Like if session times out, what happens? Right?
Or those policies, those tricky policies where you were going to change your password every 90 days. Well, nobody told the bot to change his password, and if they did, it doesn't know how.
Those are some tricky things like that. Definitely, the marketing brochure will not have.
Yep.
And then, I think the second thing is that you have implemented the bot for sure, but how to measure and monitor it? Right? Your bot is not getting the data only from one ERP system or maybe from maybe one platform. Right? It might be getting data from 4 or 5 platforms. Each platform might have a monitoring, but as a automation maybe product specialist or as an automation of as a solution architect in an organization, I want to measure it end to end. I don't want to say that okay, it has been failed in Oracle, it has failed in Salesforce. That's why this bot is not working, right? And not only the application monitoring that a bot failed because of some infrastructure issue, but I also want to monitor the whole process, right? End to end process. Like if I'm OCR, if there is an invoice OCR that a bot is doing, and then posting that invoice data into maybe S4HANA system, I want to monitor that end to end. What happened if there was a policy fail that my bot didn't read? What happened because of that? If bot didn't read that policy and it triggered a workflow which was not supposed to be triggered, what was the impact on my business because of that? Right.
Because
So
the automation is there to automate a process,
yes.
and the process was set up without the automation in mind. And now, when we're trying to take something, the happy path, the hopefully 80 or even 90%, but if it's super high volume, there's probably another 10, 15, 20% that is not happy path. It has exceptions. It's got hair on it, right? It's got something funny about it. There's something that just wasn't designed for it. And I feel like this is really where it gets into, like the brochure says, you can build a bot in a day, except it only does this much, right? Where do you see kind of the marketing message versus the reality for really solid enterprise grade bots and enterprise grade automation? What do you see as the difference between the marketing message of you could build your bot in a day, or your bot will be live in 3 weeks, and what it really takes then when you're making enterprise grade solutions that are ready for some of the variety and not just the single happy path that you hope every transaction looks like.
From the bot perspective, from technology perspective, as I said earlier, bot is great. Like any bot, you have to choose your tool very cautiously. Which tool are you using? But just to make it enterprise grade, you have to be sure that you are doing all your functional requirements. You are doing all your workshop with your business that this is how this particular piece of technology should work. So what happened like a decades back in terms of getting those functional requirements, doing the workshops, doing the design thinking, how these process will work, that remains the same. Nothing changes from that perspective. So we have to always emphasize that those processes has to be in place before that bot is even developed, right? And I've seen that in the enterprise world, there are a lot of, I will say, different paths. Like I call it a kind of a fork in which you can go left, you can go right, right? Anyways, the bot can go anywhere. So are those business rules defined as per the business requirements, right? Bot will just do what your business rules are, and if you don't define those business rules properly, then bot will not be giving the value. And that's what I'm seeing, that people are saying, oh, we implemented a bot for maybe 200K, and I'm still using my FTs, right, to do the same thing because the business rules were not captured properly, the functional requirements were not captured properly. So I will say those workshops, those functional requirements, those business rules, those design thinking workshop will never be out of fashion. They have to be done before the bot can be defined. You can't just say to a bot like, as I say to Amazon Alexa, that okay, do this thing for me. They definitely not do, because it's not doing one piece of line, right? It's not just contemplating one piece of line. It has to do maybe 1,000 steps before that invoice is ready to post it in S4 HANA system. So I will say those workshops, those detailed requirement gathering and making it available as per the enterprise grade solution are important. And then you can build a bot.
And I think this is kind of the difference, guys, between like side of the desk and enterprise grade, right? Side of the desk means that you can make it upload an Excel spreadsheet as long as the Excel spreadsheet is carefully curated. Enterprise grade means the Excel spreadsheet's not going to be perfect, and you've planned for some of that, and that takes time. And I think what we've found over and over and over again is the garbage in, garbage out, and the automation, the enterprise grade automation that really makes the difference in accelerating the velocity and improving the margin of businesses comes down to thinking it through and being really careful about deep. You nailed it. You've got, one, choose the right tool for automation. Not everything is a nail when you're holding the RPA hammer. There's other tools like Extension Suite and other methods and approaches of bringing together things that are maybe slower or trickier or harder. And I think that monitoring and measurement, again, so important. And then you've got the enterprise grade, enterprise ready, not just the happy path. Deep, thank you so much for sharing this. I know there's years of experience coming through here, guys, and these are just the top three things that I know are going to make a difference for all of you that are thinking about your next automation project. These are three key things that I hope help you make sure that your never-ending climb skips a few bumps. Thanks so much, everybody, for watching, and click the link below to subscribe, or we'll see you again next week.